Welcome in, everyone, to the Odds Shopper Network. I'm Rod Villagomez, back with another day of Women's World Cup soccer betting picks and action. U.S. back in action tonight as we get ready for a full four-game slate for you again. Last night, though, it was Costa Rica taking on Zambia. Zambia coming away with the 3-1 win in that game. Japan really taking it to Spain 4-0 in that game. Australia also beating Canada pretty heavily, 4-0 in that game. And Ireland playing Nigeria to a 0-0 draw. As I said, the United States back in action tonight as they take on Portugal. And then it will be Vietnam taking on the Netherlands, China taking on England, and Haiti taking on Denmark. For this video, we'll take 3 of those games, and we'll definitely take the United States and give you some picks there. Again, the United States favorites in this one as well, so got to get a little creative in order to find some value, but I think we found a good bet for you on that one. And then we'll do the Netherlands versus Vietnam, and we'll end with England taking on China. Let's start with the United States. Here's what we'll put together for this United States game as they take on Portugal. We'll take the United States outright. We'll add that with U.S. having the most corners, and then we'll say that this match is under 2.5 goals. You put all those together, you get plus 250 over on Bet Rivers. U.S. again against the Netherlands a couple nights ago only played to their second draw since 2015. That's how good this team has been. Now, they've been a little bit sluggish as of late, but they're still a favorite and they're still one to contend with. They did beat Portugal earlier, 1-0 in a 2021 friendly match, so that is a head-to-head that they have in the bag. Portugal has beaten Vietnam 2-0. They lost to the Netherlands 1-0 so far in this tournament. That's what their history is. But listen, they played games close too. They played to a 0-0 draw against England earlier this month. So they've been playing well. They've been playing good teams tough, right? So that is why the U.S. is going to win this game outright, but it's going to be a very, very tough game for either both of these teams actually to pull away from the victory. Talk about the corners market here in a second. The U.S. has outcornered their opponents 21-1 in this entire tournament. They are getting corner kicks like crazy. They have gotten over 10 corners in 4 of their last 5 matches, and U.S. has actually scored more than that in their entire, like, the last 5 or 6 months of what they played. They continue to outcorner their opponent, so we're going to say that they're going to have the most corners in this game. Talk about goals now. U.S. has scored more than 2 goals once in the last 8 matches. They are not scoring as many goals as they are used to. Plus, they've only allowed 2 goals in the entirety of those last 8 matches. It's been tough to score against the U.S., and the U.S. has actually had a hard time scoring. Portugal, on the other hand, has scored 2 goals in the tournament, both against Vietnam, and they're scoreless in the previous 2, including England and the Netherlands at that. So not a lot of goal scoring for either one of these teams, honestly. And so the under 2.5 here is in play. So we'll put the U.S. outright, U.S. most corners, and the U.S. under 2.5 goals all together. You get plus 250 over on Bet Rivers. But if you're looking for more action as well, head over to Bet365. They're available in over 100 countries worldwide, and they're starting to make some noise in the U.S., specifically with their market-leading sign-up bonus that's available in New Jersey, Ohio, Colorado, Virginia, and Iowa. If you're in the U.S., you can bet just $1 on the Women's World Cup and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. And once you're signed up, you can also take advantage of their soccer parlay bonus. Offers payout boosts of up to 70% on your World Cup parlays. You can also sign up at Bet365 outside the U.S. from over 100 countries with our international link below. And the welcome offer is going to vary depending on your region. As an international bookmaker, no sportsbook has more experience in creating solid markets for soccer, making this your very best option to place those bets. Bets like the one we're going to give you now. It's the Netherlands taking on Vietnam. We're going to go back to the corners market again because the Netherlands are heavily favored in this one to win as well. So got to turn to a different market than the outright or even the over-under goals to find good value. So we're going to say Netherlands versus Vietnam, under 10 total corners in this game. You can get this at plus 110 from our friends over at Bet365. The Netherlands have had just 4 corners in this entire tournament. They haven't even reached the over in a single game, nor have they done it in the entire tournament. So, again, 10 corners seems like a very lofty goal for the Netherlands by themselves, let alone adding Vietnam. They've had just one corner in the total tournament. So, again, if you're counting, that's 5 total corners between both teams in this entire tournament. Talk about how you get corners. You get them by shooting, right? Vietnam has taken just 5 total shots in the tournament. They did not register a single shot against the United States, which is definitely tough. Netherlands, on the other hand, has at least been shooting somewhat. They have 17 total shots. They took 5 versus the U.S., those, so that was a very tough match, and then 12 versus Vietnam. So again, it's difficult to reach a double-digit corners when you're very rarely shooting. The Netherlands have played in one game this calendar year that has exceeded this total. That was Poland back in April. Vietnam, on the other hand, has 2 games over this total in the tournament, but they did play Portugal and the U.S. Both teams heavily shooters, big time shooters. And of course, that leads to a lot more corners than what Vietnam was getting. So between the two of these teams, it's probably not going to get to even 6 or 7 corners, but we'll go ahead and take the 10 corner total, and we'll take the under on this one at plus 110 over on Bet365. England and China, the last game we'll cover tonight. England and China, we're going to say the under 2.5 total goals on this is in play, and that is over on Bet Rivers. If you look at the box scores for this team, it's not very hard to justify why the under 2.5 goals is in play here. Both of these teams have been in 1-0 games in both of their games in this tournament. So again, the track record here is that both of these teams have played in less than 3-goal games so far in this tournament. And what's more, England has not been in a 3-goal game in any of its last 5 matches. So none of the last 5 matches for England have been over 3 goals. China has appeared in a few, but they've also played some lesser opponents, and it's definitely been a little bit easier for them to achieve that. England not going to be as easy as some of China's past opponents when it comes to scoring goals. Therefore, we will take the England and China game under 2.5 total goals, minus 132 over on Bet Rivers. Let's recap these bets for you so you can go fill out your card. Early in the morning, it's going to be a 3 o'clock in the morning Eastern time start for this United States game. They are not putting it in prime time for us. So you got to either wake up early with a nice cup of coffee and watch it, or you're going to have to DVR it and watch it when you can. But for this U.S. game, we're going to take the U.S. outright, parlay that with the U.S. most corners and the under 2.5 total goals in this game. You get plus 250 over at Bet Rivers. For the Netherlands, Vietnam, we're going to take under 10 total corners at plus 110 over on Bet365. And then for the England China game, we're going to take the under 2.5 total goals in this at minus 132 over on Bet Rivers. Let's have some fun again out here watching some Women's World Cup soccer action. Hopefully we catch some of these bets. Hopefully you have a good time doing it. And hopefully you're heading over to our friends over on Bet365 to take full advantage of these offers that you can get for the sign-up bonus. So, all right, we'll see you next time with more Women's World Cup soccer picks. In the meantime, good luck and have some fun.